Hello, this is Lynn Everard, and I have a very important message for you if you are the parent of a teen. As a parent of children in their late 20s and early 30s, I have experience in my own life in dealing with situations where we don't understand each other as a parent and a teen. And I've recently learned some things that I really want to share with you because I see what's going on in the world, and I see that there are so many people, so many teens, that the rate of teen depression and teen suicide has gone up. And it's my belief that one of the things that we can do as parents to be able to mitigate this situation is to be able to really connect with our teenagers, to really be able to communicate with them at a level not just where we are exchanging words in conversation, but where we are speaking in a way that they understand us and we understand them. Stop for just a moment and think about what life could be like if you're a parent who you and your teen just don't seem to get along. You don't speak the same language. You love them, they love you. But so often it comes out wrong. It comes out sideways. It comes out in a way that ends up being painful for both of you. And maybe they walk away, or maybe you walk away or withdraw, or maybe you get angry and maybe they get angry. But that's not helping your situation, and it's definitely not helping them. Teens are people, just like adults. And as people, we all have this deep need for connection. And what we really desire is to be seen, heard, and understood by those closest to us in our lives. Think about that for a moment. Think about the times in your life when you have felt seen, heard, and understood by someone that was really close to you, that was really important to you, and what a difference that makes in your life. Now, I'd like you to think about your teen and what it might feel like for them to not feel connected to you. And I want to be clear about something. This isn't your fault. This isn't their fault. This is just the way things happen to be, the way we have been trained as we've all grown up and taken our place in the world. But what would happen if in your communicating with your teen felt understood, felt heard, felt seen by you, their parent? And what if you felt that coming from your teen, and you increase the connection that you have with them? What kind of experience would that bring into your life? What kind of experience would it bring into their life? And what would it feel like to move past the constant frustration of just not getting through to them? Have you ever heard yourself thinking or saying to someone, we're just not on the same page, we don't speak the same language, I feel like they're from another planet? Come on, we've all said that at one time or another in dealing with our teens. So what if there was a way that would allow you to be able to move from conversation, which is simply the speaking of words, to effective communication, which means that when you speak in such a way that your teen understands you? What if you knew the secret code to how they experience the world through words? What if you were able to get inside and understand that they have a system, what we'll call an operating system, just like a computer, and they're not the only ones that have it. You have it too. We all have it as human beings. So think about what your life would be like if you were able to crack the code, if you were able to speak to them in a way that they understood you. You know, we could ask the question, what have you spoken in a way that resonated with what's important to them? But sometimes it's hard to ask people what's important to them because, quite frankly, many of us kind of know what's important to us, but we struggle to put it into words. And that can be very, very difficult for us and the person that we're trying to communicate with. But what if I told you that there is a system where you can take an assessment and discover your why, and discover what lights you up, discover what makes you tick, discover that there is a way of talking to you, that if you did it that way, that you would understand. And what if that would apply to your teen? And what if you could learn their system and they could learn yours? And you could begin to have these deep communication sessions where you really got each other. Imagine how much less lonely your teen would feel. Think back to when you were a teen and how lonely it felt at times, because everything in your life is changing. Your body's changing, your emotions are changing, the way you think is changing, your friends are changing, school is changing, everything around you is changing, and you're changing too. And that feels very, very unnerving. It feels uncomfortable. It can feel very unsafe. But what if you as a parent were able to provide that level of safety and security for your teen, or even your preteen? What would happen in their life and what would happen in yours if you were able to understand their why and they understood yours? And then it became about you speaking in a way that would appeal, that would resonate with them because it touched their why. We all have a why, every single one of us. And when you discover your why and the why of your teen, dramatic shifts in the way you communicate are not only possible, but highly probable. And I'm not making a promise about this because we all have our own experience. But if this is something that interests you, if this is something that you think might make a difference in your life, that might make a difference in the life of your teen, and would begin to unravel the mystery of how to connect with them, how to talk with them, how to get through to them, and deliver some very important messages that you still want to give to them in their teen years. But yet you won't have that chance if everything you say goes against the grain of how they operate, of how they view themselves in the world, of how they interpret their world, how they interact with their world. So again, if this resonates with you, please reach out to me. You can find my information around this video, and let's talk. I have some pricing that I'm never going to offer again. I've got some things that will help you begin 2022 with a whole new way of communicating with your teen. And not just your teen, this is also for you and with your partner, with your other children, with the people you work with, your friends, your family. If you're an employer, this will also be very useful for you in dealing with your employees. So it's not just the one situation, but right now we're talking about you and your teen. And if you've been frustrated, then they've been frustrated too. If you feel like you're at your wit's end, they feel like they're at their wit's end too. So what if you took a step now and reached out to me and explained to you how this works, and we get you on the road to completing a whole new connection, a whole new way to communicate with your teen? Because we can do it. We can do it very quickly, actually. And I will guide you through the process. Not only that, but I will also offer you a free session after we go through your why discovery process and explain everything to you. I'll give you another free session. I'll give you a free session after that. The first session is paid, but I'll give you a free session that will go deeper into how to be able to use the new information you have in order to create the relationship with your teen that you've both always wanted to have. And when I say both, I mean you and I mean your teen. I have no doubt that you love each other, but it's so hard sometimes to be able to find that in the midst of all the frustration and all the things that are happening in your world and in their world. So please reach out to me. Special pricing is available up until December 20th. So we have a week, and then it's going to be gone for good. So please do this for you, do this for your teen, and for any other family member that you'd like to do this with. I've got some special pricing for family as well. Thank you very much for listening. I send you my respect, much love to you in dealing with your teen, especially if you have a teen that's experiencing depression, loneliness, and has maybe had some thoughts of what do they do with their lives going forward. So please reach out to me, and I would love to support you. I'd love to see you begin 2022. You can actually do it now. You can start today if you wanted to. So go ahead and reach out to me. My contact information is all over the place. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram. And I just love to have a conversation with you and share with you how this works and determine if this would be a good fit for you. And if it is, I would love the opportunity, the honor to be able to guide you through this and see the kinds of changes that take place in your life. That's all for now. Thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful day.